Good evening, I'm Pari Apostolakos. There's a lot to get to on this Friday, and our neighborhood reporters are spread out across northeast Wisconsin, from Door County to Oshkosh. But we begin with the latest on a developing story. There's a big police presence on Interstate 41 near Highway 172 in Ashwaubenon, which has been impacting traffic for hours. We begin with that deadly Catholic school shooting in Minneapolis that left 2 dead and 17 others injured. The 2 who died were just 8 and 10 years old. Scripps News Group Milwaukee's Jenna Ray traveled to Minneapolis to learn more about what happened and has new information on the suspected shooter. Nina, we are actually talking about a law that is nearing the final stages of approval from the city of Green Bay, which would make it possible for certain alcoholic beverages to be sold at Green Bay parks. I'm excited to be here after taking a long weekend off myself to have my wisdom teeth removed. So if I seem a little less wise, you can blame my oral surgeon. Yeah. It was so nice to get to know the head coach of Bayport High School's football team, Steven Jorgensen. He's got a lot of experience with the game, growing up as a ball and water boy for the teams that his dad coached. All right, before we say goodbye here, we have to take one last look at this 7-day forecast, which is really remarkable for mid-September. I mean, speaking of the Emmy Awards and watching TV, you might not want to do that this week, at least the first few days, because it looks like it's just going to be gorgeous, like summer in September. So you're waking up with us before the sun is up this morning, and if there's one thing I'm a sucker for, it's a sunrise, and we've got a live look at it now. Now, I don't know about you folks watching at home, but I can't believe the so-called end of summer is upon us. With it being Labor Day weekend, we start the broadcast off with a first look at our holiday weekend forecasts. Welcome back. I'm Pari Apostolakos. A handful of Wisconsin lawmakers want to make the monarch butterfly the state's official butterfly. Who's feeling blue on a Friday?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
But you could be feeling a little blue because it is going to be a little chillier than what we've seen the past couple days today.
Yeah.
Parking on the street here downtown only costs $1 an hour. I'm your Green Bay neighborhood reporter, Pari Apostolakos. From next year, the city will be charging you more, and I found out why. Starting next year, street spots, lots, and garages will go from $1 an hour to $1.25 an hour. Initial citations for overtime parking will increase from $22 to $24, and rental spots will cost 3% more.
I pay to park downtown about 5 days a week, usually.
Caitlin Brefshinsky works at a restaurant, and parking downtown is a built-in cost.
But between like $40 and $60 a week, I'm just parking for work. The 25 cents, it's not going to seem like it's a lot to most people, I feel like, but to me, it's a lot. It's going to add up quickly.
Oconomowoc native Nathan Guerra only visits downtown Green Bay occasionally. He appreciates the convenience of the Passport parking app.
I select my vehicle and then tell it the time that I want and then push pay and I'm good to go.
And the rate increase doesn't worry him too much.
And I probably won't even notice it because it's a single time purchase for me. I think it's those people who are coming down here every day and it's gonna, things rack up.
Green Bay parking manager Chris Pierlot says the parking department is not funded by any tax money. So all their expenses, like paying employees and maintenance on garages, have to be covered by parking costs.
We needed to generate about $250,000 to balance the budget. I would love to give parking away, but there's a cost to run a parking system.
So to break even next year, he says the rates have to go up. City parking manager Chris Pierlot says come January, some spots might still have the old rate, but by next February, the new rate will be in effect at all city parking spots. In Green Bay, Pari Apostolakos, NBC 26. A memorial has grown for a boy who died after being run over by a car in this spot. I'm Pari Apostolakos in Green Lake. I spoke with the boy's family, who are now asking for change in his name. In June, 12-year-old Emmett Zudrow was riding his bike on the sidewalk near the public library when police say a car jumped the curb, pinning him underneath and severely injuring him. He later died. Police say the driver, an 85-year-old woman, was trying to park her car.
We go see him in that spot every day and talk to him about what life is like without him.
What has life been like for you all?
It never really gets easier.
A crowdfunding page has raised more than $76,000 in Emmett's name. Green Lake Police tell me they've finished their investigation, and the district attorney is now reviewing Emmett's case to see if a crime was committed.
You can't just kill a child and not have some accountability.
The Zudros have met with Governor Tony Evers asking for stricter testing rules for older drivers. The State Department of Transportation says Wisconsin does not require more frequent testing for drivers based on age alone, and senior drivers are more likely to follow speed limits and other traffic laws. Police have not said whether or not the driver's age had anything to do with the crash and Emmett's death. Angela has a message for lawmakers.
I want them all to treat this like that was their son underneath that car.
Claire, I've reached out to the Green Lake District Attorney's office several times to try and ask about any potential charges in Emmett's case. I've not yet heard back.
Well, Pari, I'm sure some of our viewers are wondering how they can help Emmett's family. How can they give to his memorial fund?
Well, Claire, Emmett's sister's classmates have organized a charity softball game coming up on Saturday. It starts at the Green Lake Baseball Diamond at 4 p.m. and the link to Emmett's GoFundMe is still active. That can be found on our website, NBC26.com. World War II veteran Bernie Miller has lived his whole life right here in Wabeno. In a matter of weeks, he will throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee Brewers game the day before he turns 100 years old.
I'm going to be 100 years old. I never thought I'd ever get there.
Bernard Miller has lived in Wabeno since he was born in 1925, except for when he served in the Navy during World War II. Why did you decide to enlist in the Navy?
I just felt it was my duty.
After coming home, Bernie went back to high school to get his diploma, where he met his wife of 75 years, Violet, in class.
I spied her about 5-6 rows down, and I thought, that's the one I'm going to marry.
Now they have 6 grown children, 13 grandkids, and 17 great-grandchildren.
We're surrounded with goodness.
Absolutely.
And it's thanks to his granddaughter that Bernie will be throwing out the first pitch at a Milwaukee Brewers game next month as an early birthday present. How did you feel when you first heard that this was going to happen?
I couldn't believe it.
But he won't be out there alone.
Yeah, this is Gavin. This is the one I'll be throwing. He's the one I'll be throwing the pitch to, and there's Gavin.
That's right. Bernie's great-grandson, Gavin, will be catching the first pitch, continuing his nearly 100-year-old tradition of putting family first. Bernie will be throwing out the first pitch before the Brewers play the Atlanta Braves on June 11th. In Wabeno, Pari Apostolakos, NBC 26. For 7 years now, one local organization says they've helped people keep their dignity by keeping their clothes clean. This lot will one day be home to working families. Green Bay's Housing Authority lends money to help start a project designed to house people who might make too much money to live in low-income housing, but not enough to buy a place of their own. As tariffs drive up the prices of certain everyday items, there are some stores that don't really feel the impact. I'm your Green Bay neighborhood reporter, Pari Apostolakos, taking you inside some of Green Bay's secondhand shops. The city's Common Council approves plans to put more than 40 new homes in this now wooded area behind me, extending this gravel dead-end road off what neighbors say is an already busy street. Nina, good evening. Election officials say the polls have been busy today, and as of about 2 p.m., nearly 2,000 absentee ballots had been processed here at Brown County's Central Count. Now, earlier today, Green Bay City Clerk Celestine Jeffries held a news conference where she told us some of their ballot machines went down and technicians were called to fix them. What you find in a thrift store can often surprise you. But one secondhand shop in Green Bay has left people with much more than money can buy. It is the sounds, sights, and tastes of the summer here in Green Bay. Cheers, we wouldn't be in Wisconsin if we didn't sample some local cheese, right? Sunrise Spa on the city's west side is one of the massage businesses that was denied a new license at Tuesday's Common Council meeting. I'm your Green Bay neighborhood reporter, Pari Apostolakos. I spoke with Alderwoman Melinda Eck, who says this is the latest step in getting sex trafficking out of our city. But a lawyer who represents the business says they did nothing wrong. If you're anything like me, when you first found out that the NFL draft was coming to Green Bay, your first thought was, where are all these people going to park? Well, I met some people who are helping out with that. In Suamico, Pari Apostolakos, NBC 26. I know. All right. There you go. I'm Pari Apostolakos reporting in Kewanee, where they are trying to keep the tubing hill open for a few more weeks. Woo!